A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
I'm Chickling.
And today is our second day looking at trouble on the roads, like road works, construction, things that might cause you problems, or good things. Also, like yesterday, we saw GPS.
Yeah.
It's a very useful thing to have when you're driving around. If you need to find your way to a strange place you've never been before, GPS can be good, or to get yourself to a place you've been before, but because of something happening, you can't go the normal way. So here's our question. We're talking about getting around not on foot or on a bus or MRT, but kind of by yourself. But there are different ways to do that, right? So here's our question. Would you like to have a car or a scooter? And explain your answer. Now, we know that you have a car. You drive a car. I know you also drive a scooter sometimes.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but you have. So which one do you like better? Maybe you could also talk about that.
I actually prefer cars because they're actually safer.
Okay, so that's the one you have, and they're safer. That's
And
the
for
main
scooter,
reason.
because you know, when last time I rode a scooter, I got into an accident. So I'm so afraid of scooters right now.
Yeah, I had someone say to me a long time ago, a car is metal wrapped around meat. A scooter is meat, that's you, wrapped around metal.
I agree.
Because your legs are kind of on the outside. And I thought, yeah, that's a good point. When you say it like that, it doesn't sound so safe, does it? But scooters are fast.
I know, you
They're
don't have to find a
cheap.
parking lot.
Parking is much easier.
Yeah.
But you do get wet, you get hot.
Especially on a rainy day.
Yeah, accidents are much more serious or dangerous. I don't know. I would definitely like a car, but it's funny, whenever I think about getting a car, I think I want to get a car with a really good music system. I don't care if it goes fast. I don't care if it looks cool. I just want to have good sound inside my car. And my wife thinks that's really stupid. But I'm like, I don't care. I want to have good music because I'll be in the car for a while. But at least you do have air conditioning and a roof over your head. How about you guys? Maybe you don't have a car or a scooter, but if you do, which do you think is better and more useful in your life? Chat about that, and then we'll be back.
Welcome to Picture Dictionary. Tunnel, parking lot, skywalk, sidewalk, crosswalk, traffic light, pedestrian, walk signal, roadway, intersection, roadwork, road sign, underpass, gas station.
A guide to streets, roadwork, safety, and parking. Warm-up question. Would you like to have a car or a scooter? Explain your answer.
That scooter just ran a red light. That's really dangerous. He could really hurt someone.
You're right. It's really important to follow traffic rules.
Traffic rules help stop accidents and keep the roads safe.
I couldn't agree more. We're almost there. There's the parking lot.
All right, so just like yesterday, Kelly and Thomas are talking and getting around the city and doing stuff. And this time, oh my gosh, they saw something really exciting and dramatic. Kelly says that scooter just ran a red light. That means the scooter went through the red light. So there were probably cars going this way. The scooter should stop, but he didn't. He just went through the light like that. Very illegal. And as she says, that's really dangerous. Yeah, the police will stop you and give you a ticket, hopefully. But it's also dangerous. You could cause an accident as she says, he could really hurt someone or he could also get hurt. That's why it's an extremely bad idea to run a red light unless you're driving a fire engine, ambulance, or police car, and you have woo, 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 you have all that stuff going. But otherwise, don't run a red light.
Right, but that's actually nothing surprising because people run the red light all the time.
Because people are bad drivers.
I know. Please don't do that.
And
不要
selfish
千
and
万
dangerous.
Right, 不要闯红灯
Don't do
所以 run the red light 就是闯红灯。那闯橘灯呢，就是 run a yellow light. People like to run a yellow light as well.
Yeah, but it's
Well, you
also
shouldn't.
a
You should
bit-
stop.
Yeah,
you
yellow
should
light
stop.
doesn't mean go faster. Yellow light means slow down. So that's the only time. Have you ever run a red light? What happened?
I haven't, but the person that I got into the accident with what was an apple.
Oh, okay.
And I think she did.
She did.
And she didn't have a driving license.
Oh,
driver's license.
no. Did she go to jail?
No.
She should go to jail. That's extremely
but that's really bad.
dangerous and also very illegal. I think I only ran one red light, and it wasn't really... it wasn't bad. I had an ambulance behind me trying to get through, right? And so I went through the red light just a little bit to open up space so the ambulance
that's
can
really
go through.
kind
And
of
in that case, I think in Canada at least, you are allowed to go through a red light to let the ambulance get through. But that's one of the only times you can actually go over that line through the red light. So don't do it. It's illegal. And it can also cause a big accident. So Thomas, he agrees. He's not a dummy. He says, you're right. Yeah, it is dangerous. It is illegal. It is a really dumb thing to do. He says it's really important to follow traffic rules. Yeah, it's important to follow traffic rules. Because if you're not running over me, I could be running over your grandmother or something. And you don't want that. And I don't want you to run over me. So let's be nice to each other out there and get home safe. And the other thing is, I think if I'm walking across the street and your car drives by me, you will get home soon. You have AC and good music. I'm walking outside. It's hot. Just be nice, you know, be kind to people. So what are some of the traffic rules that you know?
You can't drive and you drink.
Ooh,
After you drink.
Absolutely
No
not.
drunk driving.
Drinking and driving is very wrong and very dangerous. I'll mention that one because it's been in the news. On those painted lines on the roads, even if it's not a red light, if someone is walking across the road, the drivers, the bicycles, the scooters must stop and let people cross safely. Even if it's just one of those flashing orange lights or something like that. It's something people here almost never do.
I know, right? But they're starting to do it because the law says that
people have been killed.
Right.
Right. So you gotta do that. Just respect other people. You know, you don't want to be playing, you know, Spanish bullfighting, ole, with some car that goes right by your face. And I don't either. Back to the dialogue. Kelly says traffic rules help stop accidents and keep the roads safe. I don't know what you're thinking as you drive. I don't know if you can see me when you're in your car, right? Airplanes have radios and can say, what are you doing? Are you coming toward? I can't do that. So it's good to give people space. Show some respect.
所以为什么要有交通规则呢？因为要有助于去阻止事故的发生，并且保证我们道路的安全。
Thomas says, I couldn't agree more. All right. And then back to their drive, where they're going. He says, we're almost there. So they've almost reached their destination. He says, there's the parking lot. So maybe they're using the GPS to find the parking lot. And you're excited.
Yeah, because I know, right? Because it's always hard to find a parking lot in Taipei.
If you find a parking lot, at least you don't have to look on the street because that will take a lot of time. Very good
所以呢，这个 Thomas, I almost said David. It's Thomas.
Thomas.
Okay,
Everyone
Thomas.
knows it's
Yeah, Thomas. Okay, Thomas said, I couldn't agree more. 这是我们英文里面口语很喜欢说，就是代表 I agree 的意思，代表我超级同意，我不能再同意更多了。我们快到了耶，而且有停车场哦。But usually it costs a lot of money to park in a parking lot.
That is true, but that's what you're paying for, the convenience and how easy it is. But you're right, it does cost a lot, especially downtown on a Saturday afternoon or something like that. A lot.
Sir, there's no space on this floor. Please drive to the next floor.
Okay. Can you tell me the parking costs?
It's 40 NT dollars every hour for parking here on weekends.
Great, thank you. I'll pay when I leave.
Have a nice weekend.
All right, so as they get to the parking lot, everything seems to be going perfectly. They're gonna get a parking space, right? It's a parking lot. No. The staff member there who's working in the parking lot and helping people says, "Sir, there's no space on this floor. It's full. It is 100% occupied. Go away." No, actually, that's the good news. They don't say, "Go away." They say, "Please drive to the next floor."
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 floors or maybe more.
B2 啦。
There you go.
所以这个 staff 就是工作人员说，先生，我们这层已经没有空位了，请到下一层吧。
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No, they don't say that. Okay, says Thomas. Oh, okay, he understands. He'll just have to drive up a little bit further or drive down a little further. And then he asks about what you were talking about, the price, or as he says, can you tell me the parking costs? The parking charge, the parking fee, the parking price. We're talking money. How much money will it cost me to leave my car here for a while? All right, back to the discussion. Do you prefer driving or taking public transportation? Bus, MRT, that kind of thing? Or driving your own car or scooter or whatever?
Well, if I don't need to bother finding a parking space, of course I like driving because you can get to the exact spot that you're getting off at. But if you take the MRT, you always have to walk after you get off.
You do? That's true.
But I think I prefer public transportation.
Because?
It saves me a lot more money.
Saves you a lot of money. That's
and
true.
it's eco-friendly.
It's very good for the environment, which is important too. The other thing I like about public transportation is I can do some reading. I can relax. Sometimes I will do some work on my phone.
You can listen to your music.
Listen to music. It's more relaxing than driving,
it is.
especially when you're driving at a busy time with,
I know, I get very grumpy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another nice thing about it. But it can also be really crowded if you're going home on the MRT at a busy time. But, there's good and bad about both things. Back to the dialogue, the staff member at the parking lot tells them it's 40 NT dollars every hour for parking here on weekends. All right, so let's say they're going to see a movie and have dinner or something, have lunch after. That might be 40 NT times what, like 4 hours?
Yeah.
Something like that. 160 NT, not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
And
it's
really
okay.
compared to many places in the world, if that's the weekend and you're paying 40 NT an hour, that's super cheap.
Yeah, it is.
Lots of other cities would be much more expensive than that. But still, as you said, more than the MRT.
Right, 是真的。所以这个工作人员就说，我们周末在这边停每个小时新台币40元。Like in Xinyi district, it always costs like $80, like half an hour.
Oh, I think I've seen 100 too in some places. Yeah, for sure. But in North America and Canada, you might be paying 300 NT an hour, 500 NT an hour. It can get really expensive. Back to the dialogue. Thomas says, great. Thank you. So great, 40 NT, good price. Thank you for the information. And then he says, I'll pay when I leave. Because, of course, they charge you for how much time. And you won't just guess how much time. They'll say, oh, you got here at this time. Now it's this time. Da-da. That's how much money you owe.
Yeah.
And the staff member says, have a nice weekend. Enjoy using our parking lot. So basically just as a very polite person serving customers. Nice.
对的，所以我们今天呢看了所有有关车子啊跟停车场啊不好的单字，我们现在赶快来看一下有没有更多的用法咯。Alright， 所以一开始 Thomas 跟 Kelly 看到一个人闯了红灯，他们就觉得哇，怎么这么危险呢？闯红灯是很危险的事情哦，大家千万不要做，就算今天是行人的话也是。那么 dangerous 就是危险的，我们通常会说 it is dangerous to do something， 代表做什么事情是危险的。那么当然你们 dangerous 可以改成其他的形容词都没有问题。那它的名词是 danger。比如说 be in danger， 什么东西在危险中，或者是 to put someone in danger， 把某人放入到危险中内。那我们看一个句子 The building is in danger of collapsing， 这个建筑物即将要倒塌了。好，我们看另外一个句子 It's dangerous to drive and look at your phone at the same time， 一边开车一边看手机是非常危险的事情哦。那么 drive 这个字就是开车驾驶， 它的三态是 drive, drove, driven。那当名词的话，可以指驾车路程，比如说it's a 5-minute drive， 差不多要开5分钟这种感觉。那我们动词呢，我们可以当驱使的意思。We usually say to drive someone crazy， 就是把某人搞疯了。For example, can you turn the music down? It's driving me crazy. 可不可以把音乐用小声啊？真的，我快疯了。好，我们看另外一个句子。Morris loves his new car. He drives it every day. Morris 非常喜欢他的新车，每天都开。那我们刚刚说的，哇，他们真的找到一个 parking lot， 就是停车场。那它是来自于 park 这一个字，当动词就是停车，是在英国当名词也可以当停车场，他们通常会说 car park。那我们看另外一个句子 Do you still remember where you parked? 你还记得你停在哪里吗？好，那我们在英国呢，有些英国的朋友他们很喜欢说 park up， 代表停车的意思。比如说 We parked up for the night and slept in the car。 那我们再看另外一个句子 Holden parked his car in the garage and went into the house。 Holden 把车停好在车库后就到了屋内了。那最后呢，我们也看到离开这一个字 leave， 三态是 leave, left, left。所以如果你说 to leave for something or to leave for a certain place， 代表要去某个地方。比如说 We've got plenty of time before we need to leave for the airport。 我们还有很多时间才需要去机场，而不是离开机场哦。离开是直接放你要离开那个东西。好，那我们也可以说 to leave something behind 就是在后面嘛，所以把东西遗留在后面就代表留下或忘记或忘掉什么事情都可以。比如说 He's decided to leave everything behind and start a new life in California. Let's take a look at another sentence. Jade decided to leave Taiwan and live in the US. Jade 决定离开台湾到了美国居住。所以大家呢，如果看到 cost 这个字呢，它可以当名词，也可以当动词哦。它可以当代价或费用的意思，甚至是牺牲。那当动词就是花费。比如说 How much does the hat cost? It cost $12.99， 代表说这个帽子多少钱，当动词。当名词也可以当成本嘛，或者刚刚费用，刚刚我们有讲。比如说 Don't forget to budget for the cost of textbooks， 不要忘记帮教科书的费用做起预算哦。好，那这是今天所有的单字，大家要记得练习。那现在我们赶快进到今天的 Review Time Activity。
Review time.
All right, before we finish up and get back out there on the wild streets of Taipei City and try to get home safe, we're going to do a little review of our 4 new words for today. Those words, just to remind you guys, were dangerous, drive, park, and leave.
Ooh.
Are you ready to drive home?
Yes.
Okay, but before you leave,
I have to get a coffee before
your car out of the parking lot, before you get onto the dangerous roads, we're going to play a game of opposites.
Okay.
All right, are you ready to go?
Of course.
All right, the opposite of the word, this is a tricky one, so I will say drive. Drive.
The opposite for drive?
Yeah.
A park.
Park, right? When you're driving, the car's moving. When you park, you stop the car on purpose. The opposite, let's see, I'll say, this is a swim.
Swim.
Fly.
Okay, that you're not on the road.
Jump.
So the opposite is driving.
Yeah, exactly. Swimming, flying, jumping, those don't usually require a machine. But driving definitely, well, flying for people does require a machine, but not for birds. Stay.
Stay.
Remain.
Can you stay? Please don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave. Stay. Leave is to go. To stay is to not go. And safe.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
So it's safe to follow traffic rules.
It is only safe to follow traffic rules, and also smart.
Yeah.
Yes, and it will cost you less money because you won't get tickets. So there you go.
I
Be
get
wise,
tickets also.
drive safely, respect others the way you want them to respect you, and keep you safe on the road. And we will all get home safe and sound.
Yay.
And that's the best we can hope for. Take care, guys. We'll see you back here or maybe out there. And we'll also be back with more great articles for you very soon. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Magic Box.
身为一位鬼杀队的队员炭治郎我时常与不同类型的鬼战斗，他们有时候会假装是人，有时候是男，有时候是女，又是老人，又是小孩变化多端。幸好炭治郎我有灵敏的嗅觉，帮助我辨别他是人还是鬼咯。英文里面呢也有一票这个变化多端，让人恨得牙痒痒的，那就是动词的变化咯，是过去式还是未来式，傻傻分不清。不过别担心了，今天呢就让我带大家一起来认识一下过去式的不规则变化吧。首先呢，我们要来解释一下了，当这个动作呢，它是发生在过去的一个时间点，当下呢，我们做了这件事情，我们的动词时态就要搭配的是过去简单式。那过去简单式呢，自然动词时态它的长相就要变化了。那最简单的规则变化的呢，就是搭配 ed。比方说我跟你说过话 ，I talked to you this morning， 今天早上说过话，所以我们 talk T-A-L-K 后面呢就要加上 ed T-A-L-K-E-D 变成了 talked， 这个呢就是过去简单式的形式。那么不规则变化的有哪些呢？首先有很大一部分呢是母音的变化，比方说come 来哪里就变成了 came。例如祈使句呢，我们使用的是原形动词。Please come to my office， 请来我的办公室老师请你去他的办公室。Please come to my office。但是如果是过去式的话呢，记得了 I came back to my hometown， 我回到了我的故乡。这边呢 come 呢我们就变成了 came。其他呢，像是 ride 就变成 rode，OK， 骑马、骑机车的这个骑；跑步呢 ，run 就会变成 ran；给予给什么东西 ，give 我们就变成 gave。那游泳的话呢 ，swim 就会变成 swim。这些呢都是母音的变化咯。那再来呢，我们看一组很特别的，就是完全没变的，像是呢 cut 这个单字呢，不管过去式还是原形，都是 cut。切割的这个 cut， 不管是过去式还是现在式呢，都是 cut。那还有一个好像都没有变那就是读书这个单字 read R-E-A-D。但是要特别注意的是，在过去简单式的时候，它是读音变化咯。比方说如果是原形的话 I read a book， 我读了一本书。那假如说是昨天读书的话呢 I read a book yesterday。注意到了，我们的读音就不一样咯。最后我们就要来看长得完全不一样的，像是我们很常用到的 do 这个动词。这个 do 呢，它可以表示做这件事情，或者是呢，它也可以当助动词来使用。那不论 do 或者是第三人称单数的 does， 它的过去式呢都是 did。那再来呢，看到去哪里的这个去 go。I go to the supermarket， 我去了超市。如果是过去时间去的话呢，就要变成 I went to the supermarket。Go 这个动词呢，在过去简单式就会变成 went 咯。那还有一组就是你我最常用到的，就是我们的 be 动词啦，像是这个 I am、you are、he is 的这些 be 动词。那它的过去简单式呢，也是完全不同的变化咯。如果是 I am 的 am， 或者是呢像是 he is、she is 的这个 is 的话呢，在过去时间它就要变成 was。那如果是 are 的话，比方说 you are、they are， 这个 are 呢只要变成 were 咯。比方说像我昨晚在家 I was at home yesterday。 I was at home last night， 我昨天晚上在家。 You were only 10 years old， 当时你只有10岁这么大。 You were only 10 years old。 动词过去式变化多端，不过呢只要多练习，相信呢你也可以跟我一样成为英文达人咯。